Trey gonna be that old guy in sandals and khakis with a belt.
I've been saying this for how long now?
I can't step outside naked.
We jumped into the river.
What did you do? Did you run
I
along
jumped
the river
in.
bank?
I let autocorrect make me look stupid on Facebook every day. With Luxembourg. I can't do it.
It's Luxembourg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. That's what they all say.
You trying to get me to hump, do the hump and something.
Ah!
Oh, look at you, girl.
I said it's too early.
Sexual tracking app on it. And it found that
Who is actually using that? Welcome home, gentlemen from the 4th Infantry Division, 4th ID.
Yeah, I think he was trying to be funny, but it kind of escalated.
I think he was trying to hit her on a discount. Oh, my nigga.
They used to listen to FM, but they played the same old
Good morning, America.
Wakey, wakey, bakey, bakey.
Yeah, mother trucker sucker. So, by the way, if you ever want to find out what we talk about when you're not here on the show, you should absolutely go listen to us at your favorite place. We talk prior to the show, sometimes on our videos, and this is stuff that you'll never hear. We talk in between breaks. It's stuff you'll never hear here if you're listening at Wake-in-Bake America Show, or of course wakeandbakeamericashow.com without the dashes. Wakeandbakeamericashow.com without the dashes is the website, of course. You might not hear the stuff in between the shows, but we were just discussing how we love guns. Well, not we, but I was. But how also there needs to be a level of responsibility when it comes to Senate and House security. The people should have access to senators and the House members, but because of that, those people that are in the House and Senate should not be able to carry firearms, and neither should the public be able to carry firearms on state capitol property. I'm not even talking about in the building, on state capitol property. Now, that's a violation of my Second Amendment rights. No, it's not. Nowhere in the right to bear arms section of the Second Amendment does it say that you have the right to bear it at specific places. You should learn how laws change and how laws get passed, baby. My thing is like I was telling Cammie, go watch the video, guys, but I pretty much lay out why you would never bring a gun to a family argument. That's essentially what a debate is. It's a very divisive family argument at the country level. That's what the House and Senate is. Why would you want anybody armed at a heated argument? That seems pretty stupid. Let me tell you how many times I would have reached across the aisle and punched fucking Ted Cruz in his fucking smug little Ted Cruz fucking face. Let me tell you how many times, if I was a senator, I would have decked that motherfucker and probably been expelled out of Congress. It would have been for the green eggs and ham filibuster move. I would have knocked him the fuck out and been like, all right, now this filibuster's over. Let's fucking vote. Fuck that guy. So I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't let me on the Senate floor armed as a senator, because I might pop a cap in a motherfucker if he mouth off or say something bad about my wife. Because these motherfuckers have no respect. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I was a U.S. senator, you going to get A and B, lefty and righty, going to teach you a little fucking respect right on the Senate floor. So with that said, why would you let me have a gun on the Senate floor? I'm telling you not to let me have a gun on the Senate floor. Well, I'm also, like most people, I can get heated too. Why would you bring a gun to an argument? It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like I said, you know you're going to get into a heated argument. Why would you bring a gun? That's the rationale behind my security plan for the United States Senate and House. You can actually check out my security plan for the United States Senate and House on my Instagram Reels at official Mr. Trey. So let's do this, Cammie. Scotty's not here today. So do you want the gender reveal headline?
Sure.
Okay. So Scotty's not or he's late. I don't know. He could be sleeping. He's on some heavy drugs, man. His back's messed up. It's kind of funny. Can I just tell you that this is the American medical program at its finest right here? Scotty, you shouldn't be having all these drugs that we're giving you. Okay. Scotty, you don't need surgery for your pain. Okay. Scotty, do you want some more drugs for your pain? Okay. Do you Scotty, you can't be having all these drugs for your pain. Okay. So he's now going to a second doctor because he's like, if I'm
a second opinion,
he's like, I need drugs. According to you, I need drugs and shit for the pain, but it's not to survive, but it's not bad enough to need surgery. My theory is if you have to permanently be on painkillers, it is time to start looking at, will surgery fix it? You know what I mean? Like for instance, if back surgery is going to still leave you on pain pills the rest of your life, why are you wasting your time? Oh, it'll make it better. Will it though? If you got to be on pain pills the rest of your life, did you really make it better? Okay. Knee surgery will make you walk better and the pain will go away. Well, then go have knee surgery, for crying out fucking loud. You know? Carpal tunnel. Carpal tunnel's a good one. Carpal tunnel surgery will actually fix carpal tunnel. Okay? It's going to hurt your hand for a while, though. You have to do some physical therapy, get that bitch strong again.
Yeah, it's not bad. My mom had it done.
But carpal tunnel surgery fixes the problem. That's a surgery I can agree with. But sometimes the back surgery the end result is just as bad as the beginning. I know people who had back surgery to correct a broken or damaged thing, and the back surgery left them on a medical box implant that was shooting drugs and stimulating, all that shit. You know what I mean? So, anyway, my point is poor Scotty is fucked up, and he's getting the runaround. And I'm starting to wonder if he's getting the runaround because he don't got the good insurance. I'm telling you, if he had good insurance, boo, they'd have had his ass in surgery 3 months ago at least. And that's only because there's a fucking pandemic right now. You know what I mean? The medical system is just ferociously horrendous, guys. Anyway, I just wanted to chat long enough for Cammie to read Scotty's story real quick and get us caught up. So it's time for our first story of the morning. And, of course, that's brought to you by our homie Young Fats. Wake and Bake America show has happily partnered with underground sensation Young Fats. Check out and download Young Fats on all music platforms. That's YUNGFATZ. That's Young Fats. I don't know why I messed that up. He's been my boy for over 10 years, and I still mess it up.
So I have kind of a sad story of something that was supposed to have been something celebratory.
So one gender reveal to kill them all. What?
Yeah. So apparently this couple who's expecting, they went all out and they hired a plane to actually fly over a banner revealing whether it's going to be a boy or girl for them and their family, right? Over the coast, over water. And the plane had some issues while all this is going on and literally crashes into the ocean, into the water.
Oh, damn.
There were 4 people on that plane and 2 of them died.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can we just get back to like fucking blue frosting, pink frosting, blue inside the cake, blue outside the cake,
I know.
whatever. Can we just get back to like a vanilla chocolate cake dyed with pink or blue frosting? Y'all motherfuckers out here killing people to show each other what kind... It's just, and what it is this is why the insanity of these is getting insane. It's not necessarily the parents all the time that's the problem. Sometimes the pregnant woman will hand off the responsibility of this to mom, sister, who usually whoever's in charge of the baby shower, to be honest with you, right? And that person will plan the gender reveal part. Now, I don't know if that's the case in this one, but I will tell you that a good majority of the dumbest fucking gender reveal parties I've seen where something's went wrong, like seriously, like damaging wrong, creating fucking all kinds of problems, the person who designed the reveal wasn't the pregnant person. So they were going over the top for the pregnant person, right? And ended up causing problems, like houses burning down, fucking fires over acres of land, all kinds of crazy shit. Remember the firefighter couple that did the gender reveal and caused a fucking grassland fire? Like, how the fuck you a firefighter and cause a grassland fire doing a gender reveal, man? Come on. Hey, you get the fucking Ass Cloud of the Day award this week, buddy, and that shit happened like 2 years ago. Anyway.
Yeah, it's just really sad, that happened.
It's dumb. You're literally risking life and limb to show somebody whether you're going to have a boy or a girl 4 months down the road. Probably.
And this happened in Mexico. And they still
dumb.
at this time don't know what the cause was that happened with the plane for it to.
Right. And now listen, let me be fair to the revealers of the genderish, okay?
It's not their fault.
There's no fucking way. If this, listen to me, there's no, unless it's some freak weird thing, I don't believe for a second anything to literally with the gender reveal, specifically, guys. I don't believe in a court of law there's going to be anything to do with the gender reveal. This is going to come down to the plane probably had a malfunction, a mechanical issue or otherwise, and the plane went down. So I want to be clear that while I'm chastising the fuck out of all these over-the-top ridiculous gender reveals, because this is the type of shit that happens, I want to be very honest with you. Somebody else could have took this plane to fly over the fucking coast just to check it out and crashed, okay? Because this is probably going to come down to some type of mechanical failure. But it does bring prudence to the fact or the idea or just the thought of, can we just go back to like blowing up little confetti things and hitting yourself in the dick with it? Because that shit's funny. I find that shit fucking funny. I don't want to cover a sad story first thing in the morning on Monday because you killed yourself trying to show the world whether you had pink or blue dust.
Yeah. Well, it was just a banner. It wasn't even like the dust or anything like that, but it's just sad.
You get what
One
I'm saying.
person, they passed away before the medics could get to them, and then the other person had first aid being performed on them, and they passed. So
I mean, as a basic concept, it just sucks.
Yeah.
As a basic concept to think that people are losing their lives over gender reveal parties. That's all I'm saying.
do you think that couple feels like they're like hexed or something?
Thank God they're gonna be like, you better name your baby after your family that was on that plane.
It wasn't family. It was just people that work for that company that do stuff like that. They weren't related.
Oh, so much worse.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, actually, I guess that's not as bad.
It's
I don't know.
bad either way.
A life was lost. I'm gonna feel guilt.
Two
I'm
lives.
Two lives. I'm an empathist, so I'm gonna feel guilty. I'm gonna feel like it's my fault. If I was involved in any way, I will feel guilty. This is why you want to know the true
I'd
story.
feel guilty
Check this
too.
out. So my one of my attorneys back in the day, one of my attorneys said, Trey, if you ever get pulled in to talk to the police, I don't care if you're just a witness, get a lawyer. I said, why? He said, man, you panic and you just don't stop talking. He's like, and he goes, and you're an empathist. So you take accountability for stuff that you are not legally accountable for. And you cannot do that in an interrogation room. So my lawyer's like,
Yeah,
dude. you're
same.
one-
I would do
He's like-
terrible in an interrogation
So
room.
policemen, if you ever pull me in, just know I'm going to ask for a lawyer, but it's simply because I panic and I'll start like spilling the beans about something me and my sister did when we were 5. Like I panic. I really do. I do not like being screamed at. I only have two responses to being yelled at, screamed at, or intimidated, and that's to either start throwing fists or start talking fast. Because get yourself out of it verbally or throw hands and get the fuck out of there. That's the only 2 ways I know to respond to that is fisticuffs and talking fast. So he's like, man, you better call me if anybody wants to talk to you. I was like, all right, man, I'm trying not to really talk to the police at all. But I get it though. If you see some shit go down, you can't do nothing about that. You can't do nothing about that if you see some shit go down. You know what I mean? And if you ain't you can't do nothing about that. That's all I'm gonna say about that is you can't do nothing about what goes on. I have literally like on a day because I work at a nightclub on a daily basis. I see shit go down. There's nothing we can do about it. If we get called to court, we have to go to court. That's the end of it. To testify for whatever, the 2 fuckheads who's fucking around usually. But anyway, so let's do this. It is time for. That is a terrible way to start a Monday, but let's go with it.
Thanks, Trey.
It's not called, well, damn, that's a headline for nothing. Okay, let me put it that way. So let's get into the Mr. Trey and the 3 weekend headlines. So I'm going to there's technically 4 headlines, but 2 of them go together. Okay, so just work with me here, people. I'm trying to show a little love to everybody, all right? And that's hard to do after a long weekend of sports, and we'll leave it at that. So first off and foremost, this not good and not something anybody wants to be involved in, but toxic wastewater reservoir is on the brink of collapse in Florida. That is the headline. The story really breaks down in Manatee County, which, by the way, Manatee County is where I was there to witness my cousin's divorce. Thought I was going to say something good, right? They actually have manatee statues all through downtown. So cute little town. So cute. Anyway, so Manatee County, Florida, is in a state of emergency as residents are being evacuated, according to several news outlets, due to a toxic overflow river reservoir type of situation. What does that mean? Well, it's a toxic water reservoir that was used to put bad, toxic, nasty water for it to, I don't know, stay toxic there because it ain't going to do nothing else, right? Let's be honest here. It has the potential to break, collapse, leak, give way, whatever the word is for that. According to the most moronic governor in the United States right now, Governor Ron DeSantis, hey, you know how bad of a governor you have to be to still be worse than Andrew Cuomo, who's Uncle Touchy? You know what I mean? You know how fucking bad of a person you have to be worse than Andrew Cuomo, Governor DeSantis. If I can digress a little this morning, I'm done. So anyway, families, 316 of them, family homes are in the path of what would or could potentially be a 20-foot flood wall of toxic water. So it's not so much you'll just die from a 20-foot flood wall,
man.
but even if you were able to survive that, you'd die from the toxic water. I think. I'm going to go with I think. Yeah, you'll probably die from toxic water. Just saying. This is just south of Tampa, by the way. For any of you that don't know where Manatee County is, you go over the Skyway Bridge, and then you dip through a little bit of Tampa, and then you bounce, bitch. South. You hit south. So anyway, this is insane to me, but this is exactly what we do. We build toxic water reservoirs uphill from a housing development. This is what we do in America. We argue about an infrastructure bill when we haven't really put together a strong core infrastructure bill on roads since the 1950s when the fucking interstate system was built. Do you guys not understand that? Do people not know that? That we haven't done anything major in transportation literally since 1950 when the highways were built. The infrastructure bill fixes this shit. The infrastructure bill fixes bridges in Minneapolis that collapse and kill a bunch of fucking people. The infrastructure bill fixes fucking roads so you don't have to spend thousands of dollars a year on tires and alignment. Infrastructure bills give you money to repair reservoirs that hold toxic water back from a fucking housing development of 316 fucking family homes. That's what infrastructure money does. Florida, one of the best at avoiding spending money on infrastructure. Governor DeSantis, who's against the federal infrastructure bill that would literally give him funding to help fix problems like this. I love that this is happening for one reason. Because it is the constant fucking reminder that doing nothing is still not the answer, Republicans. The do nothing Republicans, that's their answer for anything that costs money is, well, let's just not do it. It's ironic, though. The same people, hear me out on this, the same corporations, the same heirs and heiress of all these big Fortune 50 and 500 companies in America, and Fortune 5,000 companies in America, these same people use those roads, those bridges, dump their toxic water in these reservoirs from their businesses. Those same businesses use these very services that they pay politicians to vote against. Let that sink in. The same companies that use these roads with their 18-wheeler trucks and are what really tear up the roads to freight our products around the U.S. refuse to help us pay for the roads they use, but are getting bank fucking rich off Americans. It is pathetic at best. That's at best, people. Next headline, alleged stalker. This one's fucking great. Not. Alleged stalker who left candy outside a woman's home. Not creepy at all, guys. After shooting her husband and attempting to kidnap her. Like, this is some shit off of Cammy's, like, Netflix watch list right here. Seriously.
What?
Yes. So, check this out. Coming out of somewhere in America, because I lost my freaking spot, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Coming out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, a man has been arrested after stalking his former college female colleague. He stalked her for over a month. Then he shot her husband in an attempt to kidnap her at her home. The incident of the kidnapping part took place on April 2nd in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which was, whether you guys realize that was just like Friday. It was just a couple days ago, guys. Hold the phone. This is new news. Says the unnamed woman, by the way, they're keeping her identity quiet for a little bit still, was the target of a kidnapping when she was leaving work in the morning. As her husband escorted her to her vehicle, they saw the suspect, one Justin Davis, sitting in his truck nearby, according to a statement from Tulsa police. And then it says that the Tulsa Police Department says Davis has been stalking the victim for over a month after he resigned at their mutual workplace. She has made reports of Davis sitting outside her apartment and leaving candy and food on her doorstep.
What?
So, anyway, so when they saw him, Davis got out of his truck with a fucking shotgun, by the way, gets out the truck with a shotgun, chases after the couple. Okay. They go back into their apartment and Davis shot her husband through the door, hitting her husband in the hand.
Wow. See, this is something that I've had a hard time with and struggle with all the time. To this day still, I feel as a woman, as women, we still do not have enough support from, the police and things of that nature when it comes to situations like this, where we know that we are being stalked or bothered or whatever you want to call the word.
You ready for this?
By someone.
It ain't over. That shot to his hand is not what killed him. So the husband then came back downstairs because he was shot in the hand. He went upstairs to, whatever. The police say that, hold on. So he gets hit in the hand. Okay. They went into the apartment. He was trying to deal with his hand or whatever. Davis went into the apartment. Police say neighbors woke up, of course, to the sounds of the incident. Davis choked out and punched the victim woman. And then the husband came back downstairs after whatever dealing with his hand. It says that he came back downstairs to try to save his girlfriend or wife, and then his wife. And that's when Davis took the shotgun and pointed the shotgun at him and said he would kill him if she didn't get in the truck, but then he shot and killed him anyway.
It's terrible.
Davis took off. They said that he took off as authorities began to arrive on the scene, which led to a police chase on I-44. The suspect attempted to take an off-ramp and then crashed his vehicle and lost control.
See, now if the police would have reacted when she had first said something about this man,
dude,
it's possible. I'm not saying that this situation would not have happened, but it's at least possible.
If you listen, let me explain this. If you leave items, I don't give a fuck who you are. If you leave items on my fucking porch, you have now stepped foot on my property, police, at an apartment. Your doorway coming into the threshold is not your property. You actually have a legal designation outside of your threshold that is your property. If you leave something at my door and you have been asked not to, and you do it again, and you're reported to the police, that is a crime. You have been asked not to do something. You don't have a legal constitutional right to come on my fucking property and leave shit on my door. You don't. You don't have the right to leave stuff if I tell you not to. That's the end of it. You have been told. This motherfucker should have been shot in the fucking head by her husband. Like dead serious.
This poor girl. I can't even imagine what she's going through.
This is why I stay strapped, because the minute that motherfucker got out the truck with the shotgun, he'd have got fucking 17 rounds from a Glock 19 to his fucking head. Or 15. But whatever.
That's just terrible.
I keep 14 in the clip and one in the hole. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. So this story just angers me because her husband didn't have to die, and I believe 100% that if they have reported this to the police and they have and she has reported this to police and continued to deal with this and nothing was done by this individual, the police is 100% culpable for her husband's death because they did nothing. They did nothing.
Yep.
So lastly, I want to give a little shout out and give a little heads up about a little NCAA basketball. By the way, NCAA players are not NCAA property. Full stop.
Truth.
Full stop. I stand behind the players, not the NCAA. I stand behind the players. Their talent makes you billions of dollars, and they can't even get a fucking $25,000 paycheck a year so they can survive. And if they do, they get kicked out of school. Are you fucking kidding me? And they got a chance to make it pro. Okay. There's 160 fucking, I think there's 170 NCAA schools, division schools, technically there's 6 NCAA Division I schools or whatever the fuck it is, but either way, so you're going to tell me that, there's 106, let's just go basketball. We'll do easy math for the dummies out there. Let's just go basketball. So you're telling me that there's approximately 13 to 14 players on 106 teams, and all of them are going to go to the pros and make money?
No.
All right, because that's the excuse every time. They're going to be rich one day. They're going to free education. They're going to be rich one day. Well, every kid that's not an athlete there, that's on scholarship, is allowed to have a job. They're allowed to go to work. They're allowed to do whatever they want. Not an NCAA player. They're treated like property. So anyway, now let's talk about that property success. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to the Stanford women's and Coach Tara Vanderveer, who won her first NCAA title since 1992. And it is the Stanford Cardinals' first NCAA title since 1992. They held off the women Arizona Wildcats in a battle of the battle of ages, a 54-53 victory for the Stanford Cardinals as they get it done in the end and hold off the Arizona Wildcats. I watched the end of that play. That triple trap on their star shooter, or the triple trap by Stanford on Arizona's star shooter, was fucking brilliant. The only problem was Arizona's shooter, you panicked, baby boo. All you had to do was a simple little out pass around the leg of the person who had you trapped to your left, just a bounce pass right off the hardwood to your wingman, and that motherfucker could have drove straight to the fucking hole and had a 2-point bucket, and you guys would have won that game. It was an absolute panic moment, and it almost hurt me to watch the guard from Arizona panic like that and not get that outlet pass around the leg of the trap defender. It almost hurt my heart because I was just like, damn, boo, you panicked. And you had your even the other girls just like with their hands like, why didn't you get me the ball? I'm fucking wide open. Like, look, but I get it. You were under duress. And I mean, come on, guys. If you guys think when all the marbles are on the line, everything you've been working for since you were a kid and you get to college and everything you've been working for in college for that national title, and they triple trap down on you and you miss the outlet pass that would have probably won you the game or at least given you a shot to win the game, right? And you miss that chance. My heart hurts for her because she's going to watch that video and see what I saw, and it's going to play in her head 1,000 times why she didn't hit that little outlet. Just an easy boop boop bounce, hardwood bounce pass on the right over the calf of the outside trap defender, and it would have been the perfect pass. We'd be talking about one of the most amazing things like what I'm about to talk about next. Which, by the way, again, shout out to the Stanford Cardinals women's basketball team. Hell of a year for you guys. And now I'm going to give you the other one. Holy shit, did you guys catch the buzzer beater by Gonzaga over UCLA? Now, I was rooting for UCLA in this one because I like the Pac-10. I like to see the Pac-10 be successful. I'm a Pac-10 guy. Or Pac-12, I'm sorry. Sorry. That's how you know I'm a Pac-12 guy because for a long time because I'm still saying Pac-10 like it used to be, before Colorado and Nebraska joined us. But or not Nebraska, but Utah. But anyway, Gonzaga, crazy season. First off, Cammie, Gonzaga is undefeated. If they win the national title, they will be the first team to go undefeated in NCAA basketball in 45 years. They haven't had an undefeated team since the 70s, Cammie. That's how crazy that is of a feat to do in the first place, right? But how they got it done to get to the national title game against Baylor, which, by the way, I'll actually be going for Baylor because Baylor's one of my favorite Big 12 schools. So Baylor is my actual Big 12 school, my favorite Big 12 school. But anyway, I'll be rooting for Baylor, but I do wish Gonzaga the best of luck because it feels like Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, the universe, and all things basketball God related are on your side after I saw that goddamn buzzer beaten, nearly a half-court 3-point buzzer beater to win it all and knock UCLA off. And here's the irony of it all. If he would have missed it, it would have just went into overtime. UCLA had just tied it up. So it would have went into overtime anyway. So the irony is Gonzaga still would have had a chance to win it had they missed that anyway. But I just feel like basketball and the basketball rays of basketballness is shining down on Gonzaga right now. Undefeated season in a pandemic year. It's hard not to argue that Gonzaga has taken full advantage of all of the adversity they faced and any adversity anyone around them's faced. They've used that to will their way to an undefeated season. And while I'll be rooting for Baylor, I sure as hell would not be sore if I have to report tomorrow morning that Gonzaga is national champions in an undefeated season. I won't be sore about that tomorrow. But anyway, so best of luck to the Gonzaga men and Baylor men's basketball programs, as I think you're going to see a fucking slugfest. I think it's tonight on CBS, if I remember right. 7:20 p.m. is tip-off CBS, 7:20 Mountain, 9:20 Eastern. I might actually just watch some. It's Monday. I usually play. That's my video game night. I don't know if I want to give that up for NCAA basketball. I'd give it up for the Spurs or like a game 7 of the finals. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. My heart isn't like torn over this game. If UCLA would have got in over Gonzaga, I might have been watching it just to see if UCLA could pull it off for the Pac-12. And it was really cool to see the Pac-12 have 2 teams on the women's side in the national title game. That also has not happened in a long time. Shout out to them. Shout out to Canada tuning in this morning. Shout out to England tuning in this morning. Let's take a quick break. When we get back, we're talking about baby name game, baby shame game, and I'm going to pick up the hip hop haps with some very insane DMX news that broke over the weekend. Very sad. What these bitches want from a nigga. That's all I'm going to say. I love that. I love X, man. Some say I kind of got my swag and style from him a little bit.
Hey, it's your girl, Cammie Renee, and you're listening to Wake and Bake America Show. You know I bring you the best.
We're smoking.
Are you ready to get turned up, lit, and whatever it is, or even boot, scoot, and boogie? Then you need to come down to Copperhead Road every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and hang out with your boy and the Wake and Bake America crew. Ladies night, we got you. Friday night, come on, we got you. Saturday night, don't miss the all-ages party. That's every weekend, a half a block south of North Carefree on Academy. That's right, come hang out with the Wake and Bake America crew. Your boy, Mr. Trey on the 1s and 2s. We got hip-hop, we got country. Why go anywhere else when it's all at one spot? That's right, Copperhead Road.
Road.
Hey, it's your girl, Cammie Renee from Wake and Bake America Show. Stay tuned for the Stump the Stoner, where I make these guys look stupid. I mean, it ain't that hard anyways.
What you want?
Good morning, America. Yo, sexy motherfucker, look at how crazy and psychotic you bitches. What? Well, that might have been too far.
Wakey, wakey, bakey, bakey.
I don't usually say that, but that might have been too far. Nope. Nope. Psych. So, by the way, again, if you ever want to get all the cool in between during the commercial breaks, conversations that go on, you got to have our live feeds. You got to check out official Cammie Mullen. That's with the MULLEN. You got to check out official Mr. Trey. That's the MISTA. Mista, MISTA, TRE, no spaces, never has been. Get it right. So, with that said, Camel Amadiller, it's time for our next story. Cammie's got you guys with baby name game, baby shame game. This baby name story will have you wanting to kill or shoot someone, which is pretty serious, I would assume.
Surprise, surprise, your mother-in-law.
Oh, shit.
In this case.
So, if you want to shoot your mother-in-law, we get that.
So
not Cammie's mom. Cammie's mom's awesome, just for the record.
She can be.
She's awesome to me. She annoys you, not me. Fair enough.
So this poor lady. So her and her, like most people know, it's most of the time it's the parents who truly decide what their baby's name is going to be.
Generally speaking, yeah.
They have the last say. They're the parents.
Unless your son is the fourth and named after you, then his son's name's already been decided for him.
But anyway,
no, that was his choice.
This isn't the case, though. So
I know.
This couple, she decided on the first name of their baby boy, and she let the father decide on the middle name, right?
Okay, that makes sense.
Right,
like
then
our
they decided next
name,
baby they'd switch it up. He'd get to pick the first.
Our
name
grandson's middle name is her grandpa's name. For that reason, that she loves her grandpa. So I get that. Like there was something involved in the family picking that.
Nothing
name.
like that with this one.
Oh! I thought that was like family.
That's what I keep trying to tell you.
Okay,
it has
well,
nothing to do with that.
So what happened?
Anyways, And so they decided the next one, you know, they'll switch it up. He'll choose the first name, her the middle name, blah, 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 right? Anyways, so she goes into labor. They've already got the names picked out, you know, and he had picked for the baby's middle name to be Finley. And they had decided on the spelling of it. You know, the mom didn't like the first type of spelling of it, which was Finlay, you know, and so the father was fine with, you know, spelling it Finley instead. Everything was decided. She goes into labor. She has the baby, unfortunately, by C-section. And so she was kind of, you know, out of it, trying to recover from the C-section right after the baby was born. Well, apparently the husband's mother was on the phone with him. Keep in mind, she's in a whole nother state, not even there. And she pretty much puts the guilt trip on him and has him and talks him into changing the middle name to the spelling that the wife actually did not like on the birth certificate while she was asleep and recovering from the C-section. So she had no say in it. Yeah. So he
didn't tell her for 2 months.
He didn't tell her for 2 months. Exactly. Like, he kept letting her think that it was spelled the way, you know, Finley.
So much wrong here, bro.
Until she started writing, you know, filling out all the actual legal documentation for the baby and all that kind of stuff.
Dude, you took your mom's side on something that doesn't matter, and then you hid it from your wife. You have literally made, like, what we would refer to as sort of the cardinal sin of a relationship.
Yep.
You took your mom's side and then hid it from your wife. You look like you have no balls. Like, you do. You look like a big old pussy, bro. Like you yielded to your mom and then hid it from your wife because you have no nuts. Let me tell you something. Look, either one of them bitches got your dick in her purse, but you ain't got your dick in your pants, homeboy. Mm-mm. I'm just going to call that what it really is right there.
Yeah. My mom, I'm sorry. I love you, Mom, but you are like a professional at guilt tripping.
See, most women are glad that I don't care what my mom thinks. Like, I'll do an opposite just to make her mad for fun.
But I'm just telling you, even though my mom is like that and I'm as close as I am with my mom, I still wouldn't let her make that decision.
Until the doctor says that my mom is like heart attack prone, I'm pretty much going to fuck with her. What?
But anyway, so, you know, of course, people's comments to this lady reaching out, trying to get people's opinion on it. Most people, all of the people actually were on her side. Like, this is not okay.
Okay, now listen, I know that some people are just that fucking douche, and there's that one mother-in-law that would do this that's going to take the mother-in-law's side. So I get that. But the reality is at a 99.9 percentile, you should not have anyone's back but hers.
It makes, I mean, honestly, I understand where she's coming from in a sense as a woman, because I'm sure she's questioning a lot of things, like her marriage in general with her husband, if they're going to be able to actually make their own decisions without his mother having a say in it.
Yeah.
And
women don't like when your mom decide their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, women don't like that shit. No. But here's the irony, guys. Then they'll do that to their own son. So there's that.
Right. And then it questions like how he's going to be as a father. Is he going to be able to make those decisions by himself as a father?
Right. You're like, do I need to get like a last will and testament? Because I can't fucking trust you to do anything if I'm going to die.
Right. So, I don't know. Big mistake this guy made for sure.
If I had to choose, listen, this is the truth. This is where people make the mistake all the time. If I have to choose between pissing off my mom, and hear me out, because this is all his decision was. It wasn't anything more than this, whether you realize it or not.
Yeah, she was in a whole nother state. She wasn't even in the same
Jesus Christ,
state as him. It was over the phone.
Anyway.
I would have done the opposite. I would have told my mom, sure, I'll do that, and never do it.
You cannot lack the nuts to stand up to your mom and go behind the person who you live with.
Yeah. The person you're starting a family with. Like, what is wrong with you? Wow. I would never do that to you.
If you wanted to marry your mom, there's like 3 countries that you can actually do that in.
You better stop.
All right. I'll stop. Stop suggesting countries where you can marry your mom. I'm sorry. Next story. Who's it brought to him by?
You all right over there, bro?
Is that Apothecary Farms? Apothecary Farms. Got
No.
me.
Look, are you printing stuff because brand recognition matters?
Hell
The
yeah.
next time you need anything printed, just visit sicktees.com for the best in printing. Remember, SIKTEEZ.com.
So it's time for the Hip Hop Haps with Scottie Pimpin. Scottie Pimpin's got the morning off. Those back problems with that poor bastard is real as fuck. So I hope he feels okay. I'm going to pick this up for him with something I knew he was going to talk about because I sent him the story. In case he missed it, although I don't know how you could have missed it. But so DMX, of course, was hospitalized Saturday into, or Friday. Was it Friday into Saturday now? I don't remember.
I think so.
Or was it yesterday? It was yesterday, wasn't it? Either way, over the weekend, DMX was hospitalized after having a heart attack believed to have been induced due to drugs. So the report came out originally that DMX had suffered a drug overdose Friday night. That's right. And was in the hospital. The prognosis was not good at the time. The sources close to DMX told TMZ that the rapper OD'd at his home around 11 p.m. And sources say the overdose triggered a heart attack. Now, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all, like, it's no secret that X had some problems with cocaine and crack cocaine and things like that. So for him to relapse, sadly, that's what you hope doesn't happen. Knowing, like, people know what my drug problem was. People don't want to see me running around with no type of cats to do any of that and hollering around and none of that stuff and keeping your life right? So you kind of hope people are doing the right thing and you hope they don't make a mistake. So on Saturday, there was some brain activity. Another source said that he was in what would be considered a vegetative state. I don't know how clearly that really goes to, but what I will tell you is that the last thing I got was that
Last thing I heard on the news was that he was, completely unresponsive. Yeah.
Right here we go. Sorry, I had to find the right line because I couldn't find my line that gives the exact quote, basically. You know what I mean? So the last thing I heard was that this would have been around 7:25, I think, maybe Sunday it was? I don't remember. But either way, the last thing I heard about it, one way or another, was that at the time he remained in ICU and that the situation, the quote from his people is, the situation presents another road for him to conquer. Which doesn't sound too good.
Right.
So,
it's heartbreaking, man.
What I will tell you is the most up-to-date news I could find, give me a few seconds to just change that to the past hour so I can get a little bit more updated information. Still in a vegetative state, per-vigil outside hospital, yada, yada, yada. That doesn't even, why the fuck is that even in the news roll? No change. Still in a vegetative state, still in the hospital.
It's hard for us because, we grew up with DMX.
Well, and I've also had family members have aneurysms, heart attacks, all these kind of things around this type of stuff, vegetative state type of situations. Same. And sometimes they come back and sometimes they don't. My grandpa, it was 80 some odd years old when he had a stroke, and he can talk to me on the phone. A little hard to understand him sometimes, but he can talk to me on the phone. My aunt, who's his daughter, has an aneurysm and cannot talk normal or nothing anymore. So, boom, goes the dynamite. So, either way, this is not good. Like I said, as kind of like I tell people, Tupac was my idol as a writer. DMX was my idol as a performer and deliverer on stage. Like, most people have seen me on stage. Like, a lot of people ask, how did you get Michael 5000 watts from Swishahouse's attention? I said I pretty much got on stage and I acted like DMX. I went the fuck off. I took it from 10 to about 15 in about 10 seconds. And that motherfucker, Michael Watts, looked up. He snapped up real quick with that bottle of Dom Perrier. Who the fuck is this kid? You know what I mean? But because I knew that if I was going to, how many times do you get in front of a record exec because they happen to be the headline DJ of the concert you're doing? How many times? You better go hard or go home. And that motherfucker to this day goes, I'll never forget you, bro. He said, you was going to let me know you was going to let me know you was there that night, wasn't you? Hell yeah, I was. Man, I'm trying to make it at the time. So anyway, our thoughts and prayers with X, man. Like I said, he has, in so many ways, influence and impact my life as an artist and as a performer. I would be ill-fated to not at least let the world know how much I genuinely appreciate him.
X got us through some stuff back in the day.
Bro, I'm telling you.
For real.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm telling you. Oh, anyway,
he's like one of the artists I listened to when I was like mad about something, you know. That was my way of releasing how mad I was, aggression. Just listen to him and go hard on that for, you know, a good hour.
My favorite line from him to this day is from his first album. I can't remember what the track number is on the CD, but that's I could almost tell you what track number it is on the CD because that's how many times I used to listen to it.
Yes.
But there's one line that he said in the song, and it's from like a more of a like down to earth kind of telling you those hood story song, and he says it was hunger that kept a nigga from going under, and that line has kept me going in my life so many times because if you just stay hungry, you'll be all right. Like you'll be more all right than you ever know if you just stay hungry. But anyway, I hope you're all right, but because man,
got me all teary eyed because I mean he was a big part of me growing up.
Oh yeah,
so.
And you know, like I grew up in a rough neighborhood, so hearing people who, in a sense, you know, we're speaking the words you think and feel in your heart is it's easy to dial into them. Next one, and then we're going to take another break. So it's time for talking about the cannabis news. Let freedom ring in the Liberty State of New York, the Empire State of New York, right? NYPD has been ordered, and I say it like my family in New York would tell you, ordered. Yo, the New York police been ordered, son. Hey, yo, like X would say, you've been ordered to let residents spark up and leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah, finally, I'm sure New York is like.
There's already a video circulating of a New York man smoking pot right in front of the police and them just standing there talking. And it's just to pronounce, listen, we did this too here. I love to see when you don't get a 6 to 12 month delay like you see in some of these, or what's the state that I can't even think of the state that we covered that like they're still not going to have pot for like 2 or 3 years, even though they passed the law in November. They did everything they could to prevent it from being able to be done. Basically, as long as possible. But anyway, yeah, it's just fun to see some of the hills that we've climbed keep coming for other people, and watching them sort of sitting on the mountaintop of legal weed over here in Colorado, literally on the mountaintop, you know, a mile high, over a mile. Because I tell people, you know, where I live, we look down at Denver, right? Like not like snooty, but I mean like we're about 1,100, 1,200 feet higher up in the air than them. So anyway. Just seeing New York, you know, guys, listen, we're talking about the home of Rudy Giuliani's stop and frisk laws, where you could literally just stop a black kid basically for dressing like a rapper and being black, where you could stop a black kid for having a gold chain just because he's black. And I don't call it that, but that's what it was. If you just look at the odds on favorites to get stopped and frisked, you're talking about for every 10 people that were stopped and frisked, 1 would be white, like 1 would be Asian, and then, you know, 3 would be Puerto Ricans and Mexicans, and then 5 would be black. Seriously. And I'm probably being way too polite on those numbers, just for the record. If you looked at poor black neighborhoods, how often people were stopped versus other neighborhoods, how often people were stopped. Yeah.
It's pretty cool though.
To go from that to sparking up and right in front of the fucking police is insane to me. Like, people do not understand like how bad New York really was back in the day. I wouldn't go visit. That's how bad it got.
What else is actually pretty interesting too is a 4-page memo. It also says cops can't approach, stop, or detain a parolee either for smoking or possessing.
So basically, if the police know that you're on parole,
even
they
if
still
they know
can't
you're
fuck
an
with you.
ex-con, they can't do nothing with you. They still can't mess with you.
There's going to be a lot of cops that are going to have some real bad habits die hard. Let me tell you.
But keep in mind,
it's done.
The cops,
it's done.
The cops are told they are not to partake. They're still not allowed to.
Wow.
That's what it says, right in the
I know.
They're not allowed to consume at all.
But I'm just like, why you guys got to be big old bag of dicks about it though? Like, why can't y'all just let them niggas smoke too? Like, off duty though, off duty. Obviously, you can't be stoned on duty. Shoot. You want to know why? For the same reason that they still can't get us on DUIs for pot most of the time. Because if a cop is in an officer-involved shooting, one of the things they have to do is a urine test. They want to know if you were high on anything at the time when you shot that person, right? Now, we all know that if they do stuff, they're not peeing for themselves. We all know that. I peed on probation for like 2 years without ever actually peeing on probation except like 2 times. I peed the first 2 times myself because I was like, they know I'm hot, so I got to come up hotter. It's going to be like the jig can't be up before it starts. Come on now. Stay out of trouble and you won't have to worry about that stuff. I hear birds. Mm-hmm. I love the spring. Yay! It's my time. My birthday's this weekend. It is my time. I love the spring. I really, truly love the spring. So it's like when everything's like born again and, you know.
Yeah, and this is really interesting,
anyway,
so you know. Like, it really is following a lot of the same guidelines that we do here at Colorado. Like, if there's burnt or unburnt weed odor in a vehicle, the police are no longer allowed to search the vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Yeah. But by the way, the smell of pot has never been probable cause, and it should have never been probable cause. And anybody who is in prison today, whether you're in there for 20 years or 20 days, over the smell of weed was the probable cause they used to search your car, those sentences should be reduced to infinite reduction, which means time served. You get out tomorrow. Let us process the paperwork. That's the only reason you can't leave today. That's what I mean about infinite reprisal. Basically, yeah, you fucked up back then, but we're gonna let you out. We're gonna let you go. We're gonna turn you loose. We're gonna let you go. Don't do anything stupid, but you know, we basically only found that 10 pounds of pot on you, and you're doing life for that, by the way. We only found that because of the smell of weed. And so we should at least give you time served and throw your conviction out.
Exactly.
You know, or we can leave your conviction because you still broke the law at that time and it was a fuck ton of weed, but we should at least excommunicate your actual sentence itself and let you out. We don't even have to, you know, some people have a hard time saying, you know, I don't care, man. If you were shipping 20 pounds of pot, we're not getting rid of your record. I want to get rid of petty pot charges. Okay, fine. I'll co-sign that for now at least and say, fine, the charge can stay, but let him out of jail at least. Come on, goddammit. Anyway, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. I know I need some coffee. You get yourself some coffee. Grab another bowl. We're not done. We'll be back after the break. Yeah, motherfucker.
Hey, what's happening? It's your boy Bubba Sparks. If you didn't know prior to this moment, you better know for sure. Anytime I'm rolling through Colorado Springs, I'm checking out Wake and Bake America. How could you not be listening to Wake and Bake? Holding it down with Cammy, Renee, and Mr. Trey. All the way, twice on Sunday. Y'all probably ain't on Sunday, but it's all good. Y'all should be.
Copywritten, so don't copy me.
Hey, Southern Colorado, when it comes to getting your shirts made and printed and also designs on other products you want,
Sick Tees.
Southern Colorado has the premier shirt maker and designer. That's right, it's sicktees.com. Tell them.
Sick Tees.
And where can you find?
Sicktees.com.
At sicktees.com. That's SIKTEEZ.com.
Sicktees.com.
Your mom
Sick Tees
has proudly sponsored Wake and Bake America for 4 seasons. Look, the recipe for success is pretty practical. You lead a little weight, you sprinkle in a little bake. You grab some coffee, and we get you out the door the right way for show. It's Wake and Bake America weekday mornings.
Trey gonna be that old guy in sandals and khakis with a butt.
I've been saying this for how long now?
I can't step outside
He
naked.
jumped into the river.
What did you do? Did you run
I
along
jumped
the river
in.
bank?
I let autocorrect make me look stupid on Facebook every day. With Luxembourg. I can't do it.
It's Luxembourg.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. That's what they all say.
You trying to get me to do the hump dance. I said,
Ah!
Oh, look at you, girl.
I said it's too early.
Sexual tracking app on it. And it found that
Who is actually using that? Welcome home, gentlemen from the 4th Infantry Division, 4th ID.
Yeah, I think he was trying to be funny, but it kind of escalated.
I think he was trying to hit her on a discount. Oh, my nigga.
We used to listen to FM, but they pay the same old
Good morning, America.
Wakey, wakey, bakey, bakey.
Let nonviolent drug offenders out of jail, even if they had a gun at the house when they was dealing weed, because if they didn't actually use that gun in a crime, they should be let out of jail, man. We can't be keeping people in jail for life. $75,000 to $100,000 a year when you include employment staffing cost. $75,000 to $100,000 per inmate a year. We pay as taxpayers for people who sold pot and kept a gun at home for protection. Seriously. We got to fix that. Let's do this, guys. It's time for Stump the Stoner. And it looks like it's me against the trickster, Cammy. One-on-one because Scotty's out sick. So anyway, this is brought to you by Apothecary Farms. Apothecary Farms is the leader in concentrates. Get your Apothecary Farms in Pueblo, Colorado Springs, Denver, and Oklahoma at hundreds of locations and dispensaries. The Apothecary Farms squishes their product, but also you can go directly to Apothecary Farms. Baby. So it's time for Stump the Stoner. What do you got?
Right.
I plead the fifth. I don't talk to nobody without a lawyer present. Sorry. I'm just going to try to get out of this.
Here's the first one.
Right, here we go. Let me try to get one right.
Name the largest dam in the world.
Well, fuck nuggets. See, if you had said America, I'd have probably went with Hoover as a guess. You know what I mean?
Right.
But unfortunately, I'm 100% sure that the largest dam in the world, I believe, if I remember some shit I saw on the History Channel, it's in China. First off, so that would be where I'd want to guess, but I don't know. I don't know the place where it is, but I have seen this on like the History Channel.
I just want the name of it.
The name of the dam, like the Shinzing Dam.
No.
I tried. I made that up though.
It's called Three Gorges Dam.
Where's it at?
It doesn't say.
Motherfucker.
We'll have to look that one up.
I bet it's like in China and it's called like Kongqi Pa, which means something like Three Gorges Dam or something, right? But so it goes over Three Gorges, obviously. I guess that much.
Yeah.
Just
All right.
kidding, go.
So second one.
I'm just going to get dabbed out because I'm not going to get any of these right anyway.
Which city is known as the City of Love?
The City of Love? I think you're trying to trick me here because the City of Brotherly Love is Philly, but I know the City of Love to be France. Paris.
Good
France.
job.
France is a country, not
You
a city.
got it right. It's
France
France.
is a country, not a city.
Or Paris.
Yeah.
In giant
Paris.
form. Paris.
Paris, the city of amore.
It does. I've been there, and it does have that like
Romantic feel. I
yeah.
feel like I would feel that way. You want to know where? Venice.
As long as it's not flooded. And it smells there because of all the water.
I just feel like, how can you not look like a stud in a place where you have to rent a taxi boat to
let me
get
put it
anywhere?
this way. Go to Venice.
That's why
Don't
Florida's
go to
so
Venice.
cool.
Don't go to Venice during summertime because it smells like straight sewer butt.
Whoa, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm going to go there when the tide's low and they suck all the shit
Yeah.
out. Get it? Ah!
No, seriously, that's the best time to go.
Low tide in the winter. No, I'm
All
just
right,
playing.
next one. How many countries are there in England?
Hold on. Are you asking me how many counties are in England?
Yes, sorry. Counties.
Okay, because I was like, England is a country, homie.
I can't read this morning. How many counties are there in England?
Damn, now that I don't know. I just know that if I was from England, I'd live in South London, right near Stamford Bridge, so I could go to Chelsea games all the time. Go Blues. But no, I'm going to go 123.
No, there's 4. There's only 4 counties in England. Your face. Your face. That's
sure.
Okay. The 4th one. When was the computer invented? And you can give there's no actual specific year.
Good,
there is like a
there's
guesstimate of 2 years, like in between these 2 years.
Okay, so I'm going to go with IBM's computer because IBM, okay, hold on. Let me think this through. So IBM delivered a computer to NASA for the launch to the moon, if I remember right. So that would have been in the mid 60s, late 60s. They would have got that computer. So I'm going to go with like 1959 to 1961.
No.
Damn it.
Way earlier than that.
Really?
Between 1936 to 1938 is when the actual first computer
Those
was invented.
fucking punch card computers. I guarantee you those fucking punch card computers, man. They were developed. You know what they're developed for, too? The funniest thing, and where binary and punch cards and all that crap come from? Fucking textile factories from the 1800s. They would use these cards that the holes would press down, right, on the right thread to use. And then it would spool it out that way or some crap. Anyway, all right, go. I got one right. I'm already on top of the world. Perry it is. Perry. Thanks, France, for listening too, by the way.
Mount Everest is a part of which mountainous range?
The Himalayas.
Good job. You got 2 out of 5. Pretty good.
I only know this because I won a Yeti.
You did good.
I've got big dreams here. Yeti, unicorn, pig. I want a pig. I want a farm. I want a little tray magical farm with a unicorn. You can have a
pig if we have a farm.
Spider Pig. I will call him Spider Pig instead of Spider Man. He'll do whatever a Spider Pig does. I mean, I don't know what it is, but he'll do that. So.
Alrighty then.
Next one.
That's it.
Oh.
That was 5. Silly. I said you got 2 out of 5.
Oh, damn. All right, cool. I'll take it.
It went quick because Scotty's not here.
It went quick because I'm not trying to steal Scotty's questions and answers and all that, right? Okay, so I'll tell you guys what, though. If you guys got comments, feedbacks, you want your opinion shared on the show, or you just like to make laughing, funny faces at us on our live feed, like Ian out in England, shout out to him, coming out from northern England up there. If you've got a comment or you want to take you want your take live read on the show, just text the show at 719-299-0428. Or you can send us an email to info@wakenbakeamericashow.com. Now, coming up now, we've got Mary Jane Monday from the Canophiles. Congress says it's ready to act on cannabis, and it's ready to do it without Biden if necessary. Pause for effect. You heard me right. Oh, I'm not supposed to read pause for effect. Okay. Sorry, my bad. So, it's brought to you by the place where I pause for effect.
When things get back to normal, we all are going to need 20 nights out. Make sure one of them nights you stop by Copperhead Road Bar. That's at 3330 North Academy Boulevard in Colorado Springs.
Oh, I wanted to dab, but I guess I'll wait until you do your next story. So it's time for Mary Jane Monday from the Canophiles. By the way, you're going to have to do Mondays Don't Look Now for Scotty. Or no, that's me. I'm doing Scotty's Mary Jane Monday. I'm sorry. I messed that up. Okay, cool. Never mind. So anyway, Congress says it's ready to act on cannabis. And according to Politico's news report, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Senate Majority Leader Schumer, says that he is ready to act with the Senate on marijuana without Biden. And the thing is so is the House, which they've made it clear because they already passed their legalization. It's really on the Senate's table. It's in their ball court. It's on the table for them. I do believe that Schumer needs. Oh yeah, listen. Anything that you fear Republicans will not bring up, mention, call to a vote, debate, any of it, right? Anything that you think they might do with that, you need to do before the midterms in 2022. Not because I think you're going to lose the majority. I don't know. I don't know yet. We're way far out for me to even start trying to forecast that shit, right? We're way too many years. I can't even, it's so hard to forecast whether that's House or Senate's going to swing, stay, or slip. It's really hard. So I'll say this. If there's something that Democrats know Republicans won't bring to the table despite their own constituents supporting it, i.e. pot, I think you need to deal with it or bring it to the table or take care of it now while you have a majority in both chambers of Congress. Because I think Biden is inclined to sign what's put on his desk on this matter, at least. I mean, that's the end of it. That's all I have to say. This is a very easy Monday morning cannabis report. It's very simple. I think that Schumer is smart to move on and move forward on cannabis because the House has already sent it over. You now have the majority, which McConnell wouldn't call this type of a bill at all to even be debated, let alone voted on. You can do that. So do it. Let's get Republicans who have said they'll back cannabis because that was their cop out. I'd back it if it got called to a vote, putting all that back on McConnell, right? Because they knew McConnell would never call cannabis to a vote. Well, now it's going to get called to a vote, and you're going to get on record voting no or yes, and you're going to have to explain yourself one way or another, either way, and I don't care. Because there are a lot of conservative Republicans in conservative places that truly support cannabis, and we're going to start being able to put their fucking feet to the fire for not owning up to something very important. And I think that, let me tell y'all something. We're not going to break the Republican wall or the Republican Democratic divide on abortion. We're not going to break the Democratic Republican divide on taxing the rich. That's going to be a divisive issue, and we're just going to have to move forward without Republicans. I'm not a Democrat, but I do support the Democrat on that idea. Well, there's other things that I support the Democrats on that I think that you're just going to have to move forward on, and I think that's pot. Or not pot, but there's just things that you're not going to break that divide on. Right? You're not going to break it on abortion. You're not going to break it on government spending. You're not going to break it on taking care of the poor. You're not going to break it on military spending. You're not going to break those divides. Well, you might be able to get a little bit of more work on military, but you get what I'm saying, right? But pot, I think, is the place where I think Democrats can bust open the Republican conservative wall because there are a lot of Republican conservatives that support pot. Full stop. Full stop was for me to take my nap. I'm just saying.
Alrighty then.
You're not supposed to hold your nap in, but I'm doing it because I'm a motherfucking rebel.
You're so stupid.
What's up, DJ Paulie Paul? Did you know that Paul was a DJ? He never told me that. His wife told me. I'm so disappointed that he never told me that he hung up the turntables for his kids because I did that too. And then when they got a little older, I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm going back. I'm getting the hell away from them little shits. My house is like a nightclub. I feel like a fucking bouncer when they were kids because they were always fighting and shit. I was breaking up fights half the time, play a referee. So I was like, oh, let me go to the nightclub where I'll just let bouncers break up fights and I'll hit the turntables. Anyway, no, seriously. Let's go to a very quick break. When we get back, we're going to wrap up the show with Monday's Don't Look Now, but a teacher is making her students be mock jurors in class, and their case study is the Derek Chauvin trial. And I'm about to tell you, and I'm going to tell you, parents are big mad about this, but I'm about to tell you why I think this is a brilliant idea, and I'm about to tell you how we did the same thing with the OJ murder trial in school, in junior high.
I, as a teacher, think it's brilliant.
We'll be back.
Hey, what's going on? This the hungry hustling American dream Afro man. Wake and bake America. Yeah, you're chilling with Mr. Ashtray.
That's Mr. Trey, not Ashtray.
You're listening to Mr. Trey, and you know why. Yeah. Yeah.
Apothecary Farms is the premier cannabis dispensary on the Front Range. When you think concentrates in Colorado, you think Apothecary Farms. With locations in Pueblo, Colorado Springs, and Denver, it is clear why Apothecary owns the cannabis concentrate game. How do you get your diamonds? Shatter, butter sauces, and come on, ambrosia? Just look up Apothecary Farms on Google or Weedmap. Get the best in concentrates. Don't hesitate to stop at Apothecary Farms.
Good morning, Wake and Bake listeners. This is your guy, Scotty's checking in with you in the morning here, waking and baking with you and getting you started for your day. Have a good one. Everyone loves you, except for Trey.
Yo, you gotta check Young Fats, the hottest artist for the mighty CO, self-made Colorado favorite artist, Young Fats, 2 G's and 2 T's, introduces us to a brand new single. You better check Stay Dangerous.
So serious, stay dangerous, stay dangerous, stay dangerous, keep it dangerous.
Available for your purchase right now, iTunes and Amazon Music. Subscribe and follow for the latest tracks from Young Fats.
Y'all play to win.
You'll be catching the vibes and stream free right now on all major platforms. Young Fats, vibing the mountains all the way.
I need more if you ain't fretting.
And looking for your support, download on iTunes and Amazon Music today. 2 G's and 2 T's with Young Fats. Check it out.
I need more of you like commas.
Good morning, America.
Wakey, wakey, bakey, bakey.
Yeah, so sucks when guys are good politicians and they got to go fuck it up. I mean, I cite Franken, Senator Franken, great politician, gets ousted because he wants to make stupid pictures with girls sleeping on a plane on a USO trip, right? Donald,
that was just childish. I couldn't believe he did that.
Donald Trump's tax code didn't help me. His economy wasn't really helping me flourish. But I will tell you that I do know a lot of people that were flourishing from his economy. But what a way to fuck it all up by botching the COVID response and the COVID situation, right? You just look at these guys. Andrew Cuomo is not a bad governor. What a way to fuck it all up by being Uncle Touchy. Right? And then you got people like DeSantos, who apparently isn't Uncle Touchy, but is a horrible fucking person and literally diverted vaccines to the rich in Florida. Watched an entire report on it on 60 Minutes last night that really laid out the timeline. And when you look at something, guys, as an investigator, when I look at something, I don't give a fuck about your feelings or even the person who did something's feelings. I just look at the timeline. A timeline will generally tell you what somebody's motivation was in their mindset, right? So just the timeline on those vaccines on Governor DeSantos, and we're going to talk about this later in the week, but those timelines, they look very bad for him because money hits his account and all of a sudden the vaccines are diverted. Literally. So it's bad enough, Cammie. I'm going to put a 75% stamp on it right now that there'll be a federal investigation into DeSantos and the vaccine diversion from funds. The pay-to-play vaccine scandal in Florida. I'm telling you right now, if 60 Minutes reporting is even half right, there should be an investigation. Dead serious. I'm dead serious. It's bad. I mean, you guys, if you don't believe me about this, go watch the 60 Minutes investigation and then take part in the live session tomorrow. I said later in this week, but it's tomorrow actually. But take place in the live segment tomorrow of what's got Mr. Trey turned up. And it's the pay-to-play vaccine scandal going on in Florida that's about to unfold and the investigation that's probably going to happen as a result of it. And why I believe that there is literally nothing else you can do except investigate it now after what I saw from the timeline of 60 Minutes. Babe, even Publix makes a donation. The family members and whatever in Publix, the grocery store, makes a donation to DeSantos' Friends of DeSantos campaign. And literally, they get exclusive rights to the vaccine distribution, which means Walgreens pharmacy, CVS pharmacy, local pharmacies, Walmart, none of them, Walmart, none of those people could partake in the vaccine distribution, just Publix. And right before that decision was made, donations to DeSantis' campaign funds from Publix.
Okay,
So, guys, it's going to get real tomorrow, I'm telling you. But anyway, so let's move on. Mondays don't look now. Derek Chauvin, so here's the thing is, I'm going to tell you why I'm okay with this. The Derek Chauvin case is going on right now, and a teacher is having her students participate as mock jurors to decide whether they feel Derek Chauvin is guilty or not. And parents are super big pissed about it. But I'm going to tell you, this is exactly what students should be doing. This is exactly what students should be doing. So Cedar Hill Independent School District officials, which govern, I guess, or oversee a suburban Dallas school district, they got an earful from a parent who said it was uncomfortable that a teacher is requiring freshman students to serve as mock jurors on the whole high-profile jury. I'm going to tell you that our teacher had us watching the O.J. Simpson trial, and we were discussing in class whether we felt like O.J. Simpson was guilty.
I think I
think this is great. This is why are you trying to avoid how America operates?
My biggest
Let's hide them from what's going on, because that'll make things better. Let's deny them the knowledge of how this system really works and also fails. Let's deny them seeing that.
I don't understand.
Fucking brilliant. This parent is a fucking moron. Ostrich ass, dumb fucking idiot.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Why do parents want to, shield their children from the reality of what's really going on in our world?
Well,
that's the worst thing you can do to a child.
Here's the thing: is we in class we were learning about like the legal system, and so we were watching the OJ trial in like 8th grade or 7th, 8th grade, whatever it was. Just when it was live on TV during the day, we were able to watch bits and portions of it because it was the first trial that had really been televised to that degree once in my lifetime as a kid. So, and I think in some of my teachers in their teaching career, you know what I mean? That there was that high profile of a case was televised the entire time, So, with that said,
our kids need to know what's really going on.
I get it. Hold on. Can I just say that I get it, parents? I get that let me understand that while I still think you're an ostrich ass fuckhead, okay? And what do I mean by ostrich ass? Stuffing your fucking head in the sand and pretending like things don't happen. That's what I mean by ostrich ass head in the sand. I understand protecting your children. I definitely understand, 100% understand, protecting your young children from seeing a cop kill a man on a video. However, these are freshmen in high school. In 4 years, they will be making decisions like voting. In 4 years, they can be called to serve on this very fucking case.
In 4 years, they could commit a crime where they actually go to prison. Like, they need to see
in 4 years
what is going on and what happens to people that do bad things.
In 4 years, they could be lawfully called to be a
real juror.
No, listen, to be the appeals juror on a federal case against Chauvin. That's how serious this is, that they are literally doing exactly what they should be doing, and that's learning how the system works and fails along the way.
Well, as soon as the school got wind of the letters from the parents, they canceled this mock juror trial.
And it just makes me laugh because let's cancel education. It's quite ironic who wants to cancel education, though. Don't cancel Coca-Cola, but it's okay if we cancel education. It is infuriating, and this is Texas for you. And like I told you yesterday, Cammie and I were driving yesterday, and I think I saw like an Alabama plate, and I'm always fascinated when I see plates from different places because we do live in a military town. But I told her something that she said, I said, if God bless Texas, and Texas is so fucking great, then how come everywhere I go, in every state and in every town, the most out-of-state plates I see, not California, not New York, not Florida, fucking Texas. The most out-of-state plates I see across the fucking country, Texas. So if Texas is so great, why is everybody leaving Texas? Because the only thing great about Texas is they don't charge federal court. Their tax code is great. Now, the cost of not having a good tax code, though, is Texas infrastructure is shit. Literally trash. That's why Texas literally almost fell apart during that cold snap, because Texas it literally says, everybody keep your money. Nobody has to pay any taxes, but good luck having a bus system or an electric grid that works. Good luck with that. And then when it fails, we'll blame everyone but ourselves for doing nothing. It's amazing how that works. Cammie, what do you have for the root of all woodworks?
There is never a bad time for a great handcrafted gift idea.
Whoa, whoa.
That's why you should check out the Root of All Woodworks on Facebook for your next gift idea.
Whoa. So, are you not entertained? America is not entertained with voting restriction laws, and canceling corporate America that supports these Jim Crow laws is the thing to do, and the politicians is the thing to do. But we have said it 100 times on this show, there's no such thing as cancel culture. Folks, for the 100,000th time, for the fucking people in the back with tiny ears, there's no such thing as cancel culture. There's really not. If anything, it's correction culture by way or lieu or via of money, i.e., the purest definition of the word boycott. There's no such thing as cancel culture, America, is there, Cammie?
I don't think so.
It's boycotting. We boycotted buses when they said that we had to give up our seat for somebody who had a different skin color. We boycott companies who fish out diamonds through the blood diamond system in Africa, do we not? We boycott companies who are climate offenders or whatever. We boycott this, we boycott that. I mean, it's kind of ironic that the far right is upset when a business gets boycotted because you took your dollar and said, fuck you, I refuse to spend my money there. So when a business boycotts you, so somebody says, hey, you as a business are making shit decisions and you're using your money to help those decisions be made, including supporting Jim Crow voter restriction laws. If you support voter restriction laws, I'm not going to buy your coffee bean. I'm not going to buy your soda cola. I'm not going to buy your block of cheese, whatever. I don't care. Whatever the product is, I'm not going to buy it because you support restrictive voter laws. That if you can't just go to the poll and vote in America, that to me seems like it's pretty much almost going to be a problem with me, because people should have the right to choose who decides their future. And you shouldn't have to jump through hoops and fire lumps to do that. So, when it comes to boycotting, by the way, because again, back to there's no such thing as cancel culture. When it comes to boycotting, there is no, like, Republicans want your money. Corporations, they want your money too. That's why when you put pressure on them, what did some of these big corporations come out and say? We're going to pull our business and we're going to pull major events out of Georgia until you fix your voting laws, because we don't want to be affiliated with a state that restricts people's voting rights. They are hitting Georgia in the pockets in revenue, where it counts, where it matters. Georgia's going to come around because corporations are going to leave if not. And the same thing happened when Indiana tried to put in religious laws that were basically anti-gay laws. The NCAA said, I'm just going to pull the March Madness Final Four out of Indianapolis and any other national title games, championships, and bowl games. We're just not going to let anything happen in Indiana. Mike Pence actually vetoed the bill that would have done this, and so the most gay-hating person on the planet that's held the highest office in my lifetime of hating gay people that I'm aware of is Mike Pence. Literally got the bill tossed out that hated the most on gay people, because money talks and bullshit walks. So if corporations are showing us that all you got to do is pull your money and the government will come around and the politicians will stop their fuck shit, if all corporations got to do is stop donating to Republicans who support these atrocious laws, if that's all you got to do to make them change, right, is take their pocketbook away, right? If that's all you got to do, right? All you got to do. If that's literally it, all you got to do, right? All you got to do, hit them in the pockets. Then why, when we do it as an individual, we're bastardized and chastised as, you're just a bunch of cancel culture, lefty, weenie snowflakes. No. I'm boycotting you because of what you did. For instance, I don't care how good your sandwiches are, Publix. When I go to Florida, I'm not going to shop at Publix. I refuse to shop at Publix. Because you paid to play for vaccines and you made sure that the rich and wealthy got their vaccines before the needy. And that is literally the epitome of what I can't stand about the wealthy. So, you're not a bad person for deciding not to spend your money on a company that makes decisions you don't agree with. You're actually a patriot. It's quite ironic that the church wants to, the far-right church and the far-right people on the far right and the conservatives, they want to cancel the gays. They want to cancel all the cartoons. They want to cancel Little Nas X's shoes because they're called Satan shoes, I guess. And because the little kids look up to Little Nas X, now they want to cancel his shoes. They want to cancel Miley Cyrus. Y'all remember that when the church wanted to cancel Miley Cyrus? The church wanted to cancel the black Christian president because people like Donald Trump wanted to say he wasn't born here and he is a Muslim. Knowing goddamn well that wasn't true. Even John McCain was like, man, come on, seriously, guys, you got to stop your fuck shit. My point is this. The right has no problem canceling stuff they don't like gays and, well, anything fun. So don't be mad when you do something that cancels voting rights, that goes against civil rights, and we decide not to support the business you work at because that business donates to the right. Don't be mad when we pull our dollars, because when corporations pull their donations and advertising dollars from TV stations and politicians, those corporations are showing you exactly what you need to do as a person. Pull your ad dollars because you pay for their ads. You pay for every time you give Coca-Cola money, you're giving money to the politicians they donate to. So if you don't like the politicians Coca-Cola donates to, stop fucking buying Coke products.